Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live on Mondays at
I knew.
I wanted to see if I could get lower for your key. How are you, Doc?
I am fantastic. How are you, Queenie?
I'm telling you, it's Monday. It's awesome. The sun is shining. It's gorgeous in Kansas City. I'm on it.
And the Chiefs narrowly won.
I'm telling you, yeah, that was
brutal.
Yeah, wins are nice, but playing well is always a good thing. So, and I know that's why they call it armchair quarterback. But even so, I'm just like, oh my gosh,
focus.
Yeah. So I guess I need to ask: did you watch the game? Oh gosh,
I kind of half watched. I was multitasking.
Yeah, there's a heart attacks. I'm getting text messages from Georgia and Florida and New York from some friends that are there, and they know I'm a little bit of a fan. And so they were going, oh my gosh, oops, yikes, and all these kind of different things. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it is definitely a fun thing. But the cool part is, honestly, Doc, when you think about the virtual networking that we do, and the fact that all of our family is not local to Kansas City anymore, it's pretty awesome to see what Zoom has done. Honestly,
it really is, and it's fun to have people. They reach out to me too with the Chiefs, and also my family. They played the Bears last week.
I heard you were from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago. I don't know if you can tell. They tell me I have an accent. But, I wouldn't know. I've lived here too long to have an accent.
Yeah, for real, seriously.
It's really cool to have that going on. And but yeah, they're consistently giving us mini heart attacks. Last year they didn't wake up until like the second half. This year they're at least scoring, in the first quarter, but they still are not always, but they seem to be consistent with at this point. And of course, we're only 4 games in, but they seem to be consistent with jumping out ahead pretty good. And then it just slowly gets whittled away. And I love the penalties. That's you're just like, come on, you guys, you're killing us. So
yeah, so that's the penalties did not go well for either head coach yesterday. So I'm sure they were going,
no.
Yeah. So as I said, armchair quarterback, but
exactly.
I do need to take a sedative or something before the next game. I don't know how to do that exactly, but I'm sure I can figure it out by then.
I'll give you some suggestions.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh.
So what's new in the world of Queenie?
Well, the World of Queenie, actually, our huge event. We have 2 every year with the group I'm in called Happy Neighborhood Project. And it's actually this Friday. When we were planning for October 6th, it was like forever to get to the 4th quarter of 2023. And here we are. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding. So I just had a meeting earlier today, and I'm so excited because the vendors, the tickets, everything has really gone. There's seriously going to be over 500 people there. And that is just like the coolest thing ever. And it's a StreamYard type feature. And so you get to see the comments of everybody and chat with them and all those things while the stage is happening. And I just can't wait. I'm super duper excited. But I have a vendor booth there for my Kangen water business. So I'm excited about that as well. The whole event, to think that we're already in Q4 is outrageous for my head. What about you, Doc? I was thinking about this actually, because one of the scriptures I was reading this morning, as a matter of fact, was talking about the gardening, and it was talking about planting the seed and harvesting, and sometimes the seeds are sleeping. And I thought, isn't that an interesting way to say that as we get closer to this season where seeds will be sleeping? Or do you plant garlic already? Because don't you say that garlic does its thing over the winter?
Yes, I will be planting garlic here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I thought there was something that you had that is technically sleeping, but it's working like cray-cray under the surface.
It will. I plant mid to end of October.
Oh, okay.
And it does need to, they call it overwinter. It does need to go through the cold the cold in order to be able to actually produce better in the spring.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I was going to ask you for and I'm going to flip back to the Happy Neighborhood Project. What is the name of the event for those people that might be on here that have never heard of it, and what exactly is entailed in that event?
It's the Global Happiness Summit. The one in March is called the International Day of Happiness, and the Global Happiness Summit is the first weekend in October. The International Day of Happiness is usually the third Friday in March, but this next year in 2024, it's actually going to be March 22nd, because the real International Day of Happiness is March 20th, like globally, and we celebrate on that closest Friday. So this time we're going to do it on March 22nd. But the good news is the Global Happiness Summit is an opportunity for speakers will be on stage. It's basically like a virtual vendor event, like a convention center type vendor event. And so there will be a stage, and you'll be able to see the speakers, hear the speakers, and then all of a sudden everybody goes to speed networking. So you go and you click on the speed networking tab, and AI, artificial intelligence, pairs you with a person, 3 minutes. I had such a great time meeting you. Click connect, that person clicks connect, and it stays in your file online, which is cool. And then you go back, it puts you to the next person, and it keeps bam, 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 bam. And we have 2 speed networking sessions, several opportunity for vendor events, and that speakers prizes. It's just a whole day, 6 hours. It's 11 to 5 Kansas City time, 9 to 3 Pacific, and 12 to 6 Eastern. And so it's basically an all-day event for people to get to meet tons of people from all over the place. And that's one of the things I have found is such a great way for connecting. Plus, hopin.com keeps your contacts. So my contacts from 2 or 3 years events before are still there with their email address. It's so cool. It's so fun. Hey, Debbie. And Debbie, of course, is one of our vendors for that event. And so it's just fabulous fun to be able to be with 500 people. Because it's just very exciting. So we look forward to it every October for sure. It's kind of the icing on the cake before all the cray happens for the holiday.
So do people have to pay for this, or is it free? And how do they get that information?
It's only $10 for the whole day, which is pretty awesome. And they were going to escalate the tickets, but we decided $10 no matter when you buy them. And so Global Happiness Summit is one of the tabs on the happyneighborhoodproject.com website. You can contact Debbie Miller or certainly me, and we can give you a link to purchase, but it's still only $10 no matter who you use for that. But we have it posted all over the LinkedIn and Facebook Happy Neighborhood Project pages.
Well, very cool. It's a great networking group with a whole bunch of great people.
Yep.
And I love it. I mean, I've been there in and out of it. In between everything that I do. And it's always a fun experience.
I was going to say, I'd like to know exactly how you do that with your schedule, because I know that it's even fun to get you here at high noon to get you on Doc and Queenie.
I just roll out of bed.
Yeah, I know. Stop eating bonbons.
Monday's your favorite. Friday's mine.
Get off the sofa and it's time to get on Zoom, Doc.
So Queenie, I have here, I wonder if it'll show up in it's my calendar. It's not showing up real well.
That's okay. Put it under your chin.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
There you go.
It's my calendar.
Yeah.
My National Day of, I actually should probably do it this way, that I received from Karen Hagens. Shout out to Karen. That tells me, gives me some cheaters on National Days of. And I forgot to mention, because I am a foodie, and this is one of my foods. Today, let me get my background going here. Today, we're on October 2nd, but October is the month of, it's pizza month is basically what it is.
Oh, well, I'm in. I love pizza.
So there we go.
Oh, gosh.
That is a margarita pizza, one of my favorite. Roma tomatoes, basil, mozzarella cheese, and hopefully a gluten-free crust.
Yeah. To kill the dairy that you just tried to chew. Yeah, I know. I love that.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I do a lot of different studies I do blood type studies and this and that. And I'd go as gluten-free and dairy-free as possible. but mozzarella actually is on my list of dairy that I can eat.
Nice.
So I have a pizza with mozzarella on it once in a while. But happy October Pizza Month.
Thank you very much.
Sure, anytime. Yes, and Debbie Miller, yes, pizza. So let me tell you today.
That's Lisa that spelled it funny.
Pizza. Yeah.
Pizza. Pizza. Yeah.
It's the pizza. Yes. My mother, my grandfather was from first generation over here from Italy, Sicily.
Wow.
So my mother was very Italian, and it's still in the rest of us. So yeah, my grandfather would make salsiccia, which is the Italian word for sausage, and it was a deal. And my mother carried on the tradition, and I have not. I like to go to the Italian deli and buy it because it's a lot easier, and it's just a lot of work. So
it would be. Wow,
crazy. So today is National Name Your Car Day.
Okay.
I've never named my cars. I just pray that they work every day.
I had a great big Ford LTD.
Ooh, Crown Vic?
No, I don't remember that part, but it was gorgeous forest green, of course, or emerald green in this case, and I called her Esmeralda. I know, and I had an orange Mazda, and I called that one Herschel.
Herschel.
And I know, and so I have definitely named my cars. I don't know where that came from back in the day, from high school and college days. My brothers were always car freaks. Something was always being repaired or redone on the driveway. But I do remember having named my cars. I haven't in recent memory, but I know it's a thing. And so when you go to car shows and things like that, which I really do actually love doing that, being outside just rocks my world. A lot of times the people who are displaying their cars do have names for them.
That's funny. I of course, not a car person other than buying one and hoping it works.
Oh, I was going to say, push the button, make it go. I need to get here immediately, go. And so, yeah.
And I'm guessing Lisa has Big Red and the toy, but
yeah.
Sure about that. Well, I'm saying we don't name our cars. My car, we've named Cherry Red Hot Car. Because it's cherry red, and then there was a discussion over, is it cherry red? Is it raspberry? Is it just red? Is it fire engine red? And I said, no, it's a red hot cherry car. So
then you kind of do have a name. Yeah.
So I guess I do have a name when I think about it. I always find that interesting, and I'm digressing here. I find that interesting with naming cars. And then I always love to hear what people name their pets. I have a friend that gives her cats human names. So, and our mascots, Dave and Larry, which that just cracks me up. She also used to have a dachshund, and she named it Frank.
Yeah, funny.
So, did you get into that with human names, or did you?
My names were the most unusual ever. We had a cat for 14 and a half years, and my daughter was allergic to cats, and that's why we did it, because I, of course, wanted the allergy to go away. So that's how I did it. And so the first cat in her young life was called Sniffles, for the obvious reason.
Sniffles.
And for a very long story reason that you'll have to buy me coffee for. The next calico after that lasted 19 and a half years was named Squeezer. So so that's how that one happened. So we had 35 years worth of cats, just two, and they were not human names.
Yeah, we of course have an odd sense of humor. Our first furry family member, she was a tricolor AKC Basset Hound, and her official name, which we put on her papers, was Cleopatra Snooky Ookums. So we called her Cleo for short. It was much easier. And then after that, we had Heidi Puppy, which was a 95-pound black Doberman. And then after that, we kind of mellowed out. We had Casey. She was a yellow lab. And now I wanted to name our dog, and she's kind of a mutt, but she's my dog. I wanted to name her Broccoli because my husband went to the store for broccoli and came home with a puppy. But the kids wanted to name her Bella. So Bella, I guess that's
Bella stuck. Yeah, Bella stuck.
Yes, Bella the princess. So, so happy National Name Your Car Day.
Thank you so much.
So to race through the rest of the week, just in case anybody's wondering, or if it's going to help you on your Facebook posts, tomorrow is Techies Day. Do you have any techies in your life, Queenie?
I do. I have a couple, and some of them are super great at tech, and I'm always grateful to go, hello, oh my gosh, what do I do? And they're usually great to go, and help me. So I have a few. Do you have any techies in your life?
I have a few too. They help me where the any key is. Yes. And then Wednesday is Taco Day.
Oh, I'm in on that. I love tacos.
Thursday is Do Something Nice Day.
I will have to work on that. Okay.
You're just like, really? Okay.
Well, hang on a second, Doc. You will find this incredibly ironic. Thursday, the first Thursday of the month, is the Happiness and Positivity Workshop with the Happy Neighborhood. So we get to hear from happiness coaches as far as techniques, how to diffuse that negative Nelly in your life. So isn't that a cool thing? Do Something Nice Day on Happiness and Positivity Workshop Day.
Totally.
So that's that's a good coincidence.
It's also, well, I was going to say it's also a big day in the water business, but
Water workshops are my favorite days. You know that.
Yes, I do. Mondays at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And then Friday is Noodle Day. Are you a noodle fan? I used to be, but not anymore.
I was going to say my favorite thing to make that I don't want you to freak, but it was in the K room, but most of it was veggies. I know. I made pasta that's colored like it's, I don't know, orange is supposedly carrots. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the green is spinach and the other is, I don't know. But anyway, it's tricolor pasta. And I love that. And once you boil that, you put all different colors of peppers in it. Of course, I did red, orange, and yellow. And then sliced tomatoes, shredded carrots, black olives, and just about broccoli and several things I put in it. And it was cold. And then Italian dressing packets. And then I did a bottle of Italian dressing with it, but it was super strong on the packet part. And I love making that because every single place I went, of course, people would say, who made this? And they'd go, no, really, who made it? But it was easy to assemble, but it was all veggies. And then the pasta was just kind of the hold together stuff.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah, I really love that particular salad. I haven't actually made that in 100 years, but it was a nice thing to always take because there was nothing dairy in it that would rot while you're at a picnic kind of thing.
Right. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So it worked out fantastic. And even I did the cold tray underneath and put the bowl in it so it would stay colder and no matter where you went. And so I do love my pasta salad, as we call it.
Well, there's nothing better than a cold pasta salad on a hot summer day.
Oh, absolutely.
So Saturday is bathtub day.
Oh, my.
And the only time I use my bathtub is when I'm hurting. So me and my Epsom salts.
I really don't think I've done a bath in 100 years either. I have a jacuzzi tub in my bathroom area, but
yeah, I was going to say that's what I use
forever. Yeah, because mine is a shower and then the bathtub is kind of separate. But I really haven't been in that maybe forever. But it's bathtub day funny? And of course, in the olden days, you have little kids, you put them in a bathtub on purpose. And but I really don't think I've done bathtub forever.
And then Sunday is Doc's and husband's anniversary, but it's Octopus Day. So
oh, Doc and husband's anniversary. That's good. And I know it's actually Michelle Cruz's birthday. So
yes.
That's super fun.
Shout out to her. Happy birthday in advance.
Granny Boss. Absolutely. So that is awesome and fun. And happy anniversary to you guys. How many years is it?
34.
Woo! Nice.
So,
well, congratulations again. That is definitely fun. And it's one of those things with fall. Instantly, you're starting to think of heat and pumpkins and crunchy grass and all that stuff. And I'm looking out going, everything's still green. The leaves haven't changed or fallen yet. And I'm just like, what is going on here? So right this second in my neighborhood, it's 84 degrees and bright sunny, which I love, of course. But I'm sitting here going, October 2nd? Is it really October 2nd?
It's kind of crazy, and I think they would call this weather Indian summer. And what I love about it is the humidity is like, well, I say that and we'll see. I'm going to look at the humidity is low. I mean, we're getting the same temperatures we did. No, it's 48%, but it just doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel. And I wonder, thank you, Debbie Miller. I wonder if it's just I love the nights are a little bit cooler. And then I was going to say, then when you're out in the garden at 7 a.m. like you are, Queenie, it just feels great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's our national days of. So I think we're in store for a little word of the day wheel.
Well, I'm happy to do that, but I have to tell you something.
Yes.
I looked at the forecast, and today is possibly record setting. Okay, so in Kansas City, we're very possibly going to set a record. Tomorrow's going to be 87. We're supposed to get rain in the morning on Wednesday. And just to let you know, with your gardening topic, the low on Friday is going to be 41.
Oh, wow.
So just to give you a heads up, I always kind of look ahead to see when I should mow and when I should trim and when I should doodah. And because I like to spread it out so I can be outside more often for a quote reason. And so 41 Friday night and Saturday night is 42 and Sunday night is 49. So just to give you a heads up, those next 3 days are going to be a little chilly toward the weekend.
I laugh because, of course, I didn't look that far in advance. I was just looking for the rain, and I found it on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah. And now that I look and you say 41 here, and we're only 10 miles apart, and I'm south of you, which it cracks me up because you should be, in my mind, you're north.
Yes.
So it should be colder.
Yes.
It'll be 38 low on Friday, 39 low on Saturday, and 45 low on Sunday.
Wow. Yeah, you should be warmer. Yeah.
So
interesting. And that's why I say, do you think anything's a little messed up now? Possibly.
No, but that's telling me I need to build some cold frames like now. I was kicking it around and I'm like, oh, I better do that now.
Acceleration happens. Yeah. I was at a posting party earlier this morning, and when I was mentioning some of the things on LinkedIn, the gentleman that was there said, "Did you invent LinkedIn?" And I said, "Yes, I did." Yes, I did. And it looks like you have invented the forecast system, Doc. So I think we've got a lot of inventions going on in our lives.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I love it. I definitely love it.
All right. I'm ready for the word.
Counting down, right?
Yep.
All right. So let me shuffle, by the way, and we'll do 6 because my number is 5 and yours is 7. So we will compromise to find out which one of these amazing words. And by the way, if you haven't picked a word for 2024 yet, it is time. All right. Succession it is.
I think this is your word, Queenie.
Well, and I was actually going to mention that. Succession is my word for 2023. And literally, that's what I chose. And the reason for succession for me is I have found that if we are the only something that does something and we decide to take a year off, and I think I thought about this quite frankly with my company, if you take a year off from Monagic, you're just going to go to Hawaii and just do absolutely nothing but sit by the beach. When you come back to my company and you sell a water machine, you've got the same rank you did when you left. And that's one of the reasons that it is a very easy sell for me is people who want to do a business. What if I don't sell a machine for 3 months or 6 months or 2 months or 3 days or whatever it is? You make the same commission. You don't lose your rank. And so I thought about that with succession. And then I thought, hang on a second. If I serve this community and this community and this community doing whatever I do and took a year off, who would do the pieces of that part that I do? And so I started thinking about that. Are we grooming and training our successors? And so that's what caused my word to be succession. And actually, I know my word for 2024. already.
You do?
I do. And I really do, because I say it a lot, I teach it a lot, and I have still found people who are stuck. So I have a great word for 2024. But do you have succession in your mindset, Doc, as far as your company is concerned? Who takes over if you and I go to the beach for a year?
I can do what I do wherever I go. And since I'm having a blast, and if you were to ask my family, I'm always taking pictures and doing videos, and they're always rolling their eyes like, "Oh gosh, she's taking a picture of dinner again." Um,
Yeah, yummy dinner. Oh my gosh.
right at this point, because I'm building, and I am a solopreneur, it's a little more difficult to have a succession plan. My succession plan per se is, and I take it as a series. That's actually what I do. I've got a series of, we call them playlists on YouTube.
Yep.
But it's step by step by step. I mean, that's what I teach with gardening. That's how my videos are. That's the consistency piece with the social media. And that's the goal setting and the whole, kit and caboodle with my business. It's succession. It's this happens, then I do this, the way I've planned it out. And when that happens, then I move to this, so it's that kind of thing. So I don't necessarily, to answer your question in a long roundabout way, I don't really have anybody to pick up the slack, because I am my brand. I am me. I am kitchen garden expert. And there's nobody out there like me. No.
Think about that. And that is a solopreneur stuck topic sometimes. We are our own brand, and you have now created a legacy because of your shorts and your playlists on YouTube. And that's the rest of that story for me with the succession piece is your videos and your training and your workshops will literally live forever. And if you took a year off at the beach, you would just repopulate, repost, reignite any of the shorts and videos that you've got out there for social media publication. And so that's the benefit that I have found of being able to have things on YouTube is our legacy, our message, our word, our brand, if you will definitely live forever. And I think that's a very cool thing. Now it would need to be repopulated, but that could be done by successors as the folks we leave behind, so to speak. But that really is a very cool topic that you have already created a legacy with your training videos, because quite frankly, Doc, the things that you do and post, and even on your shorts, your YouTube shorts, I have not seen others do that.
Yeah, I've been building this for a couple of years, and it's at the point where, and it's like we talk, we've got to oil the machine, and it's spilling over. And if I need new content, I can break up what I've already posted. I'm actually going to be this month, like we talked about, is planting garlic. I'm probably going to be redoing some of my old videos and upgrading them, with new information.
Absolutely. Yep.
But it's like you said, it's there forever. So I really don't have to worry about somebody taking over, because I am they're not me. So
yeah, I love that part. I seriously do. And we are creating our own legacy when we do anything like that on YouTube. So we will live forever. Haha to my kids. All right, let's shuffle 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and find out what our topic today is. We got lots of cool stuff on here, as a matter of fact. Oh, boom, here we go. Now, the doc piece, I don't remove these, obviously, but the doc piece is you have carte blanche to speak about whatever you would like. And I mean that with all my heart, because the Queenie part is usually a posting party, or in this case, Global Happiness Summit. But what is the doc piece message as we start Q4?
I guess I'm thinking about that. I'm a really big person on learning. and there's a lot of people out there that I've come across that aren't learners. They would rather, we've talked about this, teach people to fish. Of course, that's my language.
Yeah.
Teach people to fish instead of fishing for them. And yes, we have the holidays coming up, so that kind of sets little things off a little differently. But I actually, for myself, I don't know what you do with Q4 as far as your business, Queenie, is, but I set a few little goals and focus on whether there's some webinars I want to watch or whether there's some new business ideas I want to research. I set those up, and that's kind of that succession thing. So I know, of course, gardening is slowing down as far as being able to be out there. I'll be out there in the snow going, there's nothing growing yet. So,
and I can imagine you doing that underneath the snow. I'm sure there's something
here. So, and then my greenhouse, we're still trying to get, my greenhouse has been a challenge. I'm sidetracking, but my greenhouse has been a challenge because it's overheating and we're trying to get that under control. And, we're running out of time for the heat. So that in itself.
Okay. That brings up a question.
Yes.
It's overheating summer. Is it going to over cold winter?
No, because I actually am prepared for the winter, but it's just balancing it.
Okay.
So,
and that's why I was actually wondering, because if you put stuff out in the winter, which would be the point in my brain to grow something, winter veggie kind of something, how do you not make it over cold if it overheats in the summer? So without air conditioning, for heaven's sakes. But
I do have heaters, and it's a fine balance.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm learning. I will be the first to admit, like, this is a whole new ball of wax.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was wondering about that because that whole, we have enough trouble keeping our houses correct temperature so we don't freeze or sweat to death kind of thing. But in a greenhouse, all your windows and all your gorgeous.
Yeah, it's not insulated.
Right. And so you've got a one pane situation going on here. And whatever the temperature is outside, I would imagine the greenhouse knows that. Now, the good news is with all the windows and your roof stuff that you've got, everything is bright. And I would love that. But I can see where all that sunshine, even for my level of hot, 135 is probably plenty of hot for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a great reminder. I go in there because I keep my tools in there and I grab a metal. Yeah. It's hot in here. But no, actually last year I observed after we had built it, I observed when it hit 30 degrees, when it was 30 and below, it was very difficult to keep the temperature consistent. Okay. But once we hit like 40, I get 70-degree temperatures in there. So it's a matter of balancing the heat. It's a matter of insulating and the way you insulate, whether it's the entire greenhouse or I've got garden beds in there that I'll probably put cold frames over. So it's a whole new world of, but I will be putting like cold to cool crops, things like broccoli and cauliflower and kale and those kinds of things that grow in the cooler weather instead of, I'm not going to be putting cucumbers and tomatoes in there because I don't have the knowledge yet to balance everything. And I really don't want to waste my time and watch my tomato plants freeze or not even sprout, because it's too cold. Like you say, dead seeds. So, but yeah. So
isn't that an amazing thing, honestly, Doc? And you have mentioned over the 3.5 years that we've been doing this, literally, it's, you have seen the growth of gardeners and how many there are, because you started doing this, there were very few somethings. Then you started doing this and there were not too many of this. And now you're seeing a lot more gardeners sprout up. Good for me, right? And so now I have seen your numbers climb, and not only your YouTube channel, holy moly, but I have seen the numbers of gardeners out there climb. And then when I follow you or watch your Pinterest or watch your YouTube or watch your whatever, guess what throws on my feed now? And I'm just sitting here going, oh my gosh. And there's all types of greenhouses out there now and things that I didn't notice before. And so you are definitely making an impact on the planet because of your posting, because now people see that and go, I can try that. And I think you're giving people hope, quite frankly.
It's all about sharing information.
Yep.
And you and I've talked about getting on YouTube and push button and research it, and that's and I learned from other gardeners. They learn from me. Whether you're starting, whether you're new, whether you're experienced, there's always, and that kind of ties back to that learning piece. Fourth quarter, to keep the succession of knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What could I say to people too? We're getting close to the holidays, and maybe we'll talk about this more when we get closer, of keeping things in perspective, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't even know if we're going to be here tomorrow.
We could actually be on that beach we've been talking about.
It'd be nice. Yes, we're in the Caribbean. So what is your take on anything? On dock? I don't know. That's a theme. I forgot it's on dock. So
yeah, it is on the dock part, but that's why I've been noticing the observation piece for me is I guess you would call it awareness, but I really seriously mean it. The exposure you have given to the gardening topic. And I don't think it's our little network. I think you have grown. Well, just tell our friends for a second. You were mentioning to me on another call this week the analytics that you have, the different countries that are finding you. And I think that's phenomenal. You've offered a lot of exposure to gardening.
Yeah, I have 66,283 views, but who's counting?
Right.
Since last week, I have 10 new subscribers, which is fantastic.
Holy moly.
I pepper my shorts, though I'm running out of content because things aren't growing. But I'll come up with something. But yeah, as far as the analytics, 60% of the people that watch are men, 40% are women. Majority is from the United States, but I'm also reaching out to the UK, Germany, India, Ireland. It just Australia. It kind of cracks me up how far that reach goes. It's interesting.
And see, that's why I say the impact that you're making globally for this type of exposure for the gardening topic, how to, and I appreciate the how to part, because you just don't go and pop out a sunflower. You literally show what goes on here. And now here comes the compost, and here comes the dirt, and here comes the digging, and here comes the water, and here comes the doodah. You've got the step-by-step piece mastered, in my opinion, because this is for any level of learning. And I appreciate that myself, because your topics are not just the grandiose la-di-da that some of these master gardener folks do. You start at the beginning, and that helps me a lot.
And that's what I try to do. I try to make it something that somebody at any level can take home.
Absolutely.
And even
for those of us who are accelerated.
Accelerated, yeah. I mean, if you look at the videos too, I even pop the text in there to repeat what I'm saying, or as I'm saying it, because some people are visual, some are audio, and so yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, you've done a great job. I'm thrilled for your success, and 66,000 views. Holy moly. And to have reached so many different countries. Like I say, it's a whole new world, and welcome everyone to Q4, because here we are, October 2nd. Who'd have thunk it? And just like when you were mentioning about the holidays, we'll talk about that when it gets closer. If Q4 goes like 1, 2, and 3 have, serious G, we're going to be doing a Doc and Queenie lighting ceremony any day now.
Well, I'm just trying to get over. I ordered my turkey on Friday. I'm just like, doesn't compute. That's because it's 90 degrees out. I mean, it just doesn't compute. So yeah, I ordered my turkey. So, well, Queenie, we have run out of time as usual.
I'm telling you, it's a very fast 30 minutes, Doc, but I absolutely love our faithful friends on purpose who join us faithfully every single week. This is so fun. And I mean that with all my heart. It's just cool. Are you Queenie? And I'm going, oh my gosh, it's just a funny thing to be identified that way.
Yeah. I wonder where you got that from.
I don't know.
So anyways, if you would like, and thank you for everybody for watching us either live or on the replay. If you want to reach out to Kathy Weaver, it's KathyWeaverKC.com is her website, or Kathy Weaver KC all over social media. She is an expert in LinkedIn, so you might want to watch out for some of those posting parties. And if you would like to reach out to Doc, it's kitchengardenexpert.com website and Kitchen Garden Expert all over social media. Thank you, Terry and Porter. We've had a great Monday with everybody. Until next time, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you right back here next Monday at
High noon.
Does it well. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now, my friends. Bye now. Good to see you.